friends, welcome back to my channel again. In this video, I will explain you the entire passage of air from the nostrils to lungs and from the lungs to the outside of our body. So the first one is nostrils. Nostrils. Air usually enters our body through nostrils. Air enters our body through nostrils. And number 2 is nasal cavity. Nasal cavity is a part of our nose. This upper part of our nose is called as nasal cavity, and nasal cavity filters the inhaled air. It removes the tiny dust particles which are present in the inhaled air. The moist surface of the nasal cavity, lining of the nasal cavity, where the hairs are growing from its sides. These hairs helps in removing of dust particles. So nasal cavity plays an important role in removing of dust particles in the inhaled air, and it also helps in bringing the inhaled air to our body temperature. Nothing but nasal cavity also helps in bringing of the inhaled air similar to our body temperature. It makes the temperature of the inhaled air nearer to our body temperature, and it absorbs the water vapor, maximum amount of water vapor from the inhaled air, and it will become more moist than before. Now coming to the next part of the third part is pharynx. It is the third part of our nose. Here warming and moisturizing of air goes on. Warming and moisturizing of air goes on in this common passage of both digestive and respiratory system. So pharynx is the common passage of both digestive and respiratory system. If we take an example, so if we swallow the food will be entered in this tube, and it will reaches the stomach of our body. This is stomach, and when we take a deep breath, the air will enter this tube and reaches the lungs of our body. Take an example, this is as lungs, assume this as lungs. So here it is a common passage. Why? Because the opening of the two tubes are similar, are same with each other, but their destinations are different. One tube is leading into the stomach and another tube is leading into the lungs. So, and here there is a flap-like muscular valve-like structure called as epiglottis. It is an important muscular part in our entire body because this epiglottis helps the food to reach the stomach, and it will help the air to reach the lungs. Here there is a flap-like muscular valve called as epiglottis. When we swallow the food, this epiglottis is partly closed and allow the food to reach the stomach through this pipe. And when we take a deep breath, this epiglottis opens more widely. Then it also helps this air to reach the lungs. So it plays a major role in controlling of movement of both air and food to their respective passages. Now coming to the next part of our nose. Next part is larynx. It is also called as voice box. This stiff box contains our vocal cords. So when the air passes out of the lungs and the air reaches the external atmosphere through the nostrils. In this way, there are vocal cords. Assume these as vocal cords. So when this exhaled air by the lungs passes through the vocal cords, it causes them to vibrate. Here vibrations are produced, and these vibrations will produce sound. So like this, the sounds are produced on the basis of speech, song, etc. So like this, vocal cords work and produce the sound by vibrations, by producing vibrations. So larynx is called as voice box. The exhaled air passes out of the lungs and passes over the vocal cords. Then it causes them to vibrate, and these vibrations produce sounds, and the sounds will be created on the basis of our speech, song, etc. Now coming to the next part. The next part is trachea. Trachea is also called as windpipe. The other name of the trachea is windpipe. It is a channeling pipe of air to the lungs. Nothing but the air enters into the lungs by passing into the trachea. The air passes through the windpipe or trachea, and then it enters into the lungs. So if we touch our throat, we will feel a tube-like structure, and that is called as trachea. Before I had explained you about epiglottis. This epiglottis also protects us from the entering of food into the trachea. The food must be entered into the food pipe but not into the trachea. So the epiglottis will see that the food must be entered into the food pipe but not into the trachea. So epiglottis play an important role. So this is about the trachea. Now coming to the next part. So the next part is bronchi. I had explained you about trachea or windpipe. At the lower end of the windpipe or trachea, assume this as windpipe or trachea. It divides into two bronchi. These are called as bronchi. At the lower end of the windpipe, it divides into two bronchi, one leading into the each lung. So at the lower end of the windpipe, it divides into two bronchi, one leading into each lung. So this is about bronchi. Now here these bronchi are divided into smaller and smaller branches like this. Branches. These branches are called as bronchioles. So this is about bronchi and bronchioles. The bronchi will divide into smaller and smaller branches which are called as bronchioles. So friends, this is bronchi and these are bronchioles. This is called bronchi and these branches are called as bronchioles. These bronchioles will terminate, means will be contacted with clusters of air sacs. Clusters of air sacs called as alveolus. This part is called alveolus and this part is called as blood capillary. So like this, millions of alveolus are present in the each lung, This part is called as blood capillary, through which blood flows, and this part is called as alveolus. Here the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. Oxygen will be exchanged from alveolus to the blood which is present in the blood capillary, which is flowing in the blood capillary, and carbon dioxide will be exchanged from the blood capillary to the alveolus, and alveolus to the lungs, and lungs to the nose. Then the carbon dioxide will be out of the nose to the external atmosphere. So these clusters of air sacs called as alveolus helps in exchanging of oxygen and carbon dioxide, and it lasts blood. We already know the importance of blood. It collects the oxygen and supplies the oxygen to each and every body cell, and it also collects the carbon dioxide from the each and every body cell, and this carbon dioxide will be pushed to the external atmosphere through our nostrils. So this is about the entire passage of air from our nose to the lungs and lungs to the external atmosphere. So I hope you like this video. Please do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.